As you may have heard by now, the Trump administration is currently under FBI criminal investigation and House Intelligence Committee investigation for possible ties to, coordination with, and or collusion with Russia during the 2016 election. I'm still getting sporadic emails, tweets, and comments, fewer and fewer, but I still get them saying, David, the Trump-Russia story is nothing. How anyone could believe that at this point is truly beyond me. And clearly, even Trump staffers realize that the story is more than nothing. It has now been reported that White House officials and members of Trump's transition team are purging their electronic devices to avoid being potentially compromised by subpoenas to testify and have their devices looked at as part of one of multiple investigations into possible collusion between Trump and Russia during the election. This isn't happening randomly because government lawyers recently ordered all of Donald Trump's aides to, quote, preserve any materials that could be connected to Russian interference. And there could be, quote, legal ramifications for staff who destroy evidence relating to the investigations. Remember, they were specifically instructed not to destroy or delete evidence. It is often not the crime, Pat, but it's the cover-up. Although here, the crime itself could be pretty damn bad as well. And there are people calling for a total shutdown. It's not going to happen, but it's getting to the point where increasingly we have calls to not move forward on anything until we can confirm the legitimacy of Trump's presidency. Should Neil Gorsuch be confirmed when the guy who nominated him might have colluded with a foreign country and is under criminal investigation for that? I would argue no. And there are people taking it even further, like Congressman Ted Lieu of California, saying, yeah, there should be presidential power needs to be shut down until Trump is cleared.
Right, but there's also basic things in the government that have to go on, and Democrats, being in the minority party, have to pick their battles on certain things.
Sure. We've also learned from the New York Times this morning that Senate investigators plan to question none other than Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law and close advisor, and there is news there as well. The White House counsel's office was informed that the Senate Intelligence Committee, which is investigating Russian interference in the election, wants to question Jared Kushner about meetings he arranged with the Russian ambassador, Sergei Kislyak, who has been the subject of many of our stories over the last month or two. This is growing. I mean, I have every expectation, Pat, that over the next 10 to 14 days, something major is going to happen in this story.
And isn't this the exact same thing that they criticized Hillary Clinton for? Her and her lawyers getting rid of 30,000 emails, bleaching the hard drives. And they would make this case that if you have nothing to hide, then why don't you just be transparent?
Bleaching the hard drives is just, that you can't beat that.
Trump thought he actually, or Hillary Clinton actually literally bleached the hard drive.
Oh, yeah. For people who don't remember, Donald Trump once said that Hillary Clinton, he basically painted a picture of her at her house late at night in Chappaqua or whatever, pouring bleach on her hard drives. He just complete lack of understanding of everything. So Watergate should remind us, it's not just the act itself, but the cover-up and the attempts to obfuscate that end up being the bigger scandal. And there's been no shortage of attempts to obfuscate here.